Check.
Check 1, 2.
Yeah, we up in the building.
We in here.
What's good, y'all?
What's going on?
We back.
Hi, Snare Narada in the house with.
Yeah, Savage Royale. You already know what it is.
Hey.
Another movie review.
Beautiful one.
Film review.
This will be our third one.
This is number 4.
This is number 4.
Yeah,
okay.
episode 4.
All right.
What movie we got?
Man, we got Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
And we got a little twist to it. We got the Skull King in the movie.
Skull King.
And, yeah, man, shit, where do we start?
I mean, we got to start at the beginning. I'm just trying to let me see. Okay, yeah, we good.
Okay.
I mean, we got to start at the beginning. Do we talk about the rating, like the 1 to 5 now, or at the end?
We can bring up the rating and then keep in mind what we got.
Okay,
So, you know,
okay.
we could do the 1 to 5 scale a little differently than the 1 to 10. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, all things considered, I mean, here we go. Let's just dive right into it. So, like, what is a movie even about? You know,
It's like
take us back.
It's like a continuation from the previous one with Godzilla and Kong.
Right.
Obviously, there are opponents, or not opponents. They're like opposite, you know.
Right.
But in this one, they had to come together. We're just gonna go right to it, you know. So that was different, you know, seeing them kind of working together. You know, it's almost like the crime mob, where it's like, I really don't fuck with you, but we both hate this other dude that's trying to take our corner over.
Right.
So I'm gonna fight you later, but
Right.
for now,
we
I'm
need to
beat your
work
ass
something
later.
out.
Don't you forget now.
Right. They got that trauma bond going. It's like we got to beat this dude's ass,
Yeah.
or else he's gonna, you know, come to the surface and
Right.
kill everybody. You know.
But I don't think it was even about Godzilla that much. You know, it was more so Kong heavy.
Yeah.
You know, kind of a backstory, almost like a day. Like the title of this movie should have been "A Day in the Life of Kong."
100%. While Godzilla is chilling.
Yeah, you might.
You know?
Yeah, with the appearance of Godzilla here and there.
Right. And I was okay with it.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
it
you
was
know?
definitely cool. I mean, how'd you feel about it?
I felt good about it, you know, taking the day in the life of Kong and everything. And me being a huge Godzilla fan, I'm like, I want some more Godzilla. But as we're sitting there watching it unfold, I'm like, okay, this actually makes sense. Because Kong meets the little man.
Yeah.
Which really kicks off the movie because he's in the other Earth.
Yeah.
It's
And
not called that. But
he's been alone for a minute. You know,
Minute.
once he goes inside like the other world, you know, he's in there by himself. So yeah, like you said, he met the little guy, and shit, he was happy. You know,
Right.
even if it was a little one, a little kid, a little child. You know, he was happy to see somebody like his kind.
Right.
So I think they played more so into that. There was a lot of scenes that didn't have any words. You know, it was either that like animal interaction, you know. I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
I don't know, man. It was a cool movie.
Yeah, overall, because you know we just got done watching -1, and
That's the problem.
we got to bring that up. I mean,
I wasn't gonna go there, Chris,
we
but
gotta go.
Ah.
We gotta go there because you can't help but compare it. You know.
True.
And you know, a fair assumption is you can't look at -1 then look at this movie and really compare it because they're completely different.
Right.
You know, Japan focuses more on the origins. This movie is obviously more for the kids, way more for the kids, and I'm here for it because they just threw everything at you. There's a whip that the Skull King uses that's made of skeleton skulls or whatever.
There were some good toys.
Yeah.
Kong got his, you know, still got his hammer. He has the arm, which was random, because it's like,
As fuck.
it's just like, where did this mechanical glove come from? Like, is he Michael Jackson now?
Right.
Is this the Michael Jackson version of the one glove?
Right. It was like, who came up with this idea on the fly? Like
I mean, Kong was going through. But I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, this version of Kong is like LeBron right now, where it's like he'll turn up and will create chaos if he has to, you know. But other than that, bro, it's just like, yeah, I'm chilling, bro. Like, I'm taking it easy. I'm tired sometimes. I'm just trying to eat and chill, bro.
Right. This man, Kong got done with his 9 to 5, and that's about it. Which that one scene, I want to bring that up when he walks, the kid brings him into the cave, and you see all the Kongs just doing redundant stuff.
Yeah.
Me, I was like, oh, this is like walking into a 9 to 5 and wanting to be that savior to be like, get off work, like. stop being enslaved
Yeah.
by the Skull King, you know. So just little tiny references throughout the movie like that were just interesting, you know. And
CGI heavy movies don't bother you?
now, see, when we talk about this movie, I give it the pass because you have to have CGI with Kong and Godzilla doing all that wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about anything else, now that we've seen -1, we got to bring it back.
It's so hard to not watch that and not compare it to
Right.
-1 though, because you see Godzilla like this, but you like, man, you know, you just saw Godzilla in such a 1,000 times more magnificent, you know, setting or environment. You know, that -1 is crazy.
It's crazy.
Not even because of only Godzilla, you know, a lot of things. I mean, go watch that video
Please.
where we talked about that,
Go back.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the soundtrack, all that, you know.
Right.
Shout out -1.
-1 shout out.
I find myself, I think I said it in that episode too. I find myself just thinking about that movie randomly and like random parts of random days in my life now.
Mhm.
Just like, I wonder what Kong is doing or Godzilla doing right now. Like in the movie, like that was a good movie, bro.
It's so good, man. You know, we try to block it out, we can't. So go back, watch that episode, get educated on that. But
I almost feel like I can play that movie in my mind though, whereas like this movie, it's not very. I mean, it is memorable. I mean,
Sure.
it's memorable, but it's memorable in a different way.
right.
You know, whereas like -1 had this inspirational meaning. You know, you left walking out of there almost thinking about the meaning of life. It's like one of
Right.
them type of movies where it just really gets deep. You know, but like you said, this one's for the kids. It's way more.
Right.
I don't know. Way more
Just
fun.
action packed.
Just act straight to it. Just
Right.
whooping ass. Heavy
Yeah.
fight scenes.
Yeah, like Kong doing backflips, Godzilla literally landed on his back at some point and just got right up. You know, it has a lot of plot armor, as they would say. You know, like,
Yeah.
there are definitely some scenes that were questionable, but you know, for the kids, let's just throw it all in
Is
there
this
and figure it out.
is
man.
this the new? Is this the 2024 version of them cheesy Godzilla movies?
Oh yeah. You talking about the Godzilla sliding on the tail?
Horrible. I mean, they're amazing and very cool and horrible.
Horrible, bro. It's hard for me to even admit that they're horrible, but they're bad. You can't sit there and not make fun of it.
Bro. I was at work. I was texting you at work, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm at work watching some videos on YouTube, watching these free
Space
guys."
Godzilla,
He was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, watch blah blah blah." I text him back 20 minutes later. I'm like, "Bro, what are you having me watch? This is so horrible." This is, but I respect the lore of Godzilla even more because of that. Like just the history of just the franchise.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I guess can you consider this a franchise now? What is it? They're trying to build the MonsterVerse?
Yeah, I would consider it a MonsterVerse franchise. It's like, how many more enemies are they going to add? Because there's still more. You know, I want to see them add King Caesar, which you got to go back and watch another Godzilla movie. Bro,
How do you think about the Scar King?
As a villain?
Yeah.
I thought he was cool. You know, it was very... It's nothing we've never seen before. You know, you got the Skull King come out. He's the ruler of all the apes, and then he got a secret weapon, which we didn't even get to yet, Shimu. And I'm like, okay, that's a nice little twist. Control Shimu and everything, because she was enslaved during the whole movie, and that was like his weapon.
All right, that's why they're scared of him.
Right.
Yeah.
And he brought him out he brought her out at the worst time. Like, he kind of got clapped at the end of that fight, and then just out of nowhere summoned Shimu out of the lava. I'm like, really?
That was the only way that, you know, that's why they had to come together and defeat him. Because, you know, by himself, he was a scrub, though, without them tools. Like, without that whip and without that control of another monster, like, you're actually a scrub. Mm-hmm. You're really just scaring these people. Like, that's really what was going on. You know? So, I don't know how much Godzilla really cared. You know, I don't think Godzilla cares about anything. Like, I'm just here to fight. You know, and destroy. You know, I think Kong kind of cared more because like he was, you know, fell apart. You know, he met the little dude and then saying, "Oh, there's a bunch of apes that's on the same planet." Like he found a whole other section of the planet, like undiscovered when they found it. Remember, it said that, you know, which is crazy. Like, you know, who knows what else is there? You know, I don't know if that's just supposed to be kind of in mystery, or are they leaving that physically open in the production of more films? Like, we discover more of this, you know, mysterious land, you know, build more movies. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like they can take it anywhere. Now that they have all that world, they can literally make up characters if they want to. They can go back, bring someone back from the archives, which I would love to see. But that's the difference between this and -1. I feel like they're just taking this and rolling with it. There's really no going back and looking into the history of Godzilla. It's like, nah, this is the history we want to give him from now on. And the Japanese Toho Studios, they can keep it true to the fans.
Do however they want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that separation. I think it's time, you know.
They're both okay to live together.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying, like the Japanese version and then whatever's going on over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's time, you know.
And you got the TV series. Like we've had 3 versions of at least Godzilla, you know, -1, the Monarch, which was cool. Did you watch any of that?
No, I still haven't. That's on Apple TV, right?
Yes.
Apple TV. But
it's good too.
Okay. I've heard so many mixed reviews. So I'm like, and that makes me more intrigued. I'm like, okay, like let's see what the controversy is about, you know? So.
I like it. It's a monster show, you know, it's Godzilla in there, and Godzilla is always the overarching monster. Like you know, everything goes through Godzilla, you know, but they bring in some other ones, you know. It's a good plot, you know. I think they build a good story. It definitely shows more of like the Monarch side, like the organization side. I guess like you were saying, they all play a part, they all can live together, they all kind of show a different angle of everything, you know. Like the Japanese version gives this, like the fact they give it to you black and white, like they can give you the original Godzilla, you know, but then Monarch gives you this side of Monarch, you know, which is a part of the story, even from the Japanese side, that angle of like the organization, you know. And then the movies give you that straight up just raw fighting. The American, like if you just want to straight to it, that's what that is. To it,
right. And I need to know more about Monarch. Like that's, you know, you said that's a crossover, and that's something I'm just not too sure. Like, how were they created? Why are they really here? Like, are they using the monsters to gain governmental control? You know, like use it for war. So I don't know. There's a lot of question marks when it comes to that, and maybe me watching the Apple TV series would help with that. So you know, that's just a whole new universe that I'm excited to dive into, to say the least.
I haven't heard about any a second season of that. I'm not sure.
Okay. Probably waiting for the dust to settle with this new movie and see how
it's a lot of Godzilla going on.
Right.
A lot of Godzilla and Kong.
Right.
You know? It would be cool if there was like a third one that was like big enough. It's like Batman, Superman. It's like, who else is it? Like,
like who did they tie in?
What would be the next biggest monster?
Ooh.
Like commercial, like household name monster.
Right. I mean, for some reason, I have a prediction. I feel like they're going to bring King Ghidorah back and make him back into Mecha King Ghidorah, which was huge back in the original Godzilla movies. Because the Kong versus Godzilla, they brought out Mecha Godzilla. And in the comics back then, they had Mecha King Ghidorah. You know, humans got the scraps.
Gotcha.
Of King. Yeah, so that's what I feel like they're going to do. And if they do that, that's going to be huge.
Okay.
It's like, who else is going to team up with Godzilla and Kong? Because it's not going to be just them two this time, I don't think.
Yeah.
If that happens, you know, it's just a prediction.
There's definitely more movies coming. I mean, I hope they don't run this like Furious 10. I mean, Fast and Furious. You know,
there's money to be made.
They could though. I mean, it's endless. You know, it's just, you could do whatever. You know, or don't do that. Don't do that.
Please don't do that.
We don't.
They ran that into the ground after what, the 5th one, Fast and Furious. But that's for a different movie review, isn't it?
Yeah. Which might never happen because I'm just over the Fast and Furious movies, bro. If we're gonna do anything, we should do one on the first one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like the first like 3 or something.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Those were my favorites, and I stopped after the 3rd one. I still watched them, but I stopped rating them after the 3rd one.
Stop caring. Woo. You stopped.
That was bad.
It's all right though.
Right.
Hey man, go check out Godzilla though. I mean, okay, Please. Here we are. We're at the kind of on the tail end of the talk, but what's the rating?
All right, so
we doing a 5 scale or a 10 scale?
We should do 5. I feel like 5 is more to the point.
That's cool.
Okay, so all things considered, the American version, not comparing it to -1, I would give it a 3.5. I would give it a solid 3.5, and if you get me to watch it again under different circumstances, maybe a 4. And that's if I'm feeling like happy-go-lucky, fun.
You won't. You won't.
Hey,
you are gonna feel happy-go-lucky and fun, and you're gonna still say 3.5.
Yeah.
Shit's not no 4, dog.
I'm lying to myself right now. I'm just trying to give it, some, I don't know, 3.5 out of 5. I think
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, that's just about it.
I mean, it's like 3 is like mid. Is it mid? Is it like all the way mid? Like, 3 is mid.
Right.
That's it. It's middle.
Right.
Out of 5, so it's like
a mild. Well, mid, mild. What would be after a little bit?
It was exciting. It didn't like necessarily drag. They kept it going. I mean, it was cool. It was fun. It was a fun ride.
Right. But at the end of the day, you compared the -1.
-1 is what? 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. 3.5. And that being said, go ahead, check it out.
No,
your rating might be different than ours. We all have different opinions, but
it's a good movie.
You got kids, definitely take them to see it. They're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
They don't care what the humans are doing, bro. They just want to see Kong and Godzilla throw
The
hands.
humans really wasn't doing much, though. I mean, they were in there, but there was a lot, like I said, a lot of interaction. Didn't have any like actual talking, so that was still cool, though. Because of that, it still kept your attention.
Yeah.
Even though Kong can't talk, he's very physical.
Right.
Yeah.
He's pounding his chest, just roaring all the time.
A lot of gestures and stuff. Yeah, he's smart.
Right. Like we said earlier, Godzilla's just there to just fuck some stuff up.
He only shows up when it's time to fuck shit up. You ever seen it? Like, he had the one scene where he was sleeping because he took over the Coliseum. And then, other than that, like, I'm only on the scene to fuck shit up.
Right.
I ain't eating no food. Like, we ain't never seen him eat. We ain't never seen him just, like, lollygag or just sit there and stare off into space. No, ain't none of that.
He got someone to go beat up. He got
he got
powers
somebody
to rejuvenate.
To
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That scene was really cool. Now that you brought it to my attention.
What's
again.
that?
Like when he was sleeping in the Coliseum.
He was though.
It's different. I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. It's just they just doing every cool element they could into this movie and called it.
You have to let him sleep though. That's like him like Godzilla sleep in the Brown Stadium right now.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Then you're comparing the Roman Coliseum to First Energy, and they are nowhere close to caliber, bro.
He's a Steelers fan, so he was never going to let that fly.
Oh no, I can't let that slide. Man.
But you would have to let him sleep if he was in there, dog. He was like, shit, we ain't gonna do nothing, because if he wake up, he gonna turn up way faster than we gonna have time to save ourselves.
You gonna wake up angry, bro. You gotta take it out on somebody. So.
That's the case. You gonna probably want it to be Cleveland, because if it's Pittsburgh, he waking up in Pittsburgh, it's over with. Disintegrate.
Beeline right to Pittsburgh. You got Lake Erie right there. You could take a little shortcut up north.
He can swim too. Shit.
Right. Looking crazy.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Y'all go check it out. This is StreamSpace. Like and subscribe. Check the video out if you're just tapping in on the end. Run it back. Hey, we're going to be back for another one. Not sure what we're going to watch next. We got some good movies coming, though.
We do. So
that Civil War.
Yes, I heard about that. I think that's the next one. Yeah, for sure. So,
okay.
I'm Snare Narada.
Savage Royale. We up out of here.
We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.